Having served in Congress for 5 years, what I learned from the inside is there are very powerful industries and their lobby, they're very powerful lobbyists, and the financial donations and structures that are built behind them is what entangles these politicians into supporting things that are unimaginable, things that Americans do not vote for.
So Tucker Carlson just sat down with Marjorie Taylor Greene to expose how corporate lobbyists have completely captured the Republican Party. What she reveals about the actual voting records versus campaign promises is absolutely devastating. This isn't just about Democrats anymore. It's about the entire system being rigged against voters.
Like you said, gender affirming care, transing children, requiring cars to have AI big tech technology in them where they won't start if the AI deems that you're not capable of driving.
This AI car mandate she's referencing is real. It's called the RIDE Act, requiring drunk driving detection systems in all new vehicles by 2027. Big tech and automotive lobbies push this through with zero public debate. When Republicans campaign on freedom, then vote to let government control your ignition, that's pure corruption.
Just last week, right? 57 Republicans voted no on an amendment to stop the government from controlling your car. Like that, what we're talking about, the AI capability. This was something that Biden and the Democrats, they passed a law when I was serving in Congress.
57 Republicans just proved her point perfectly. They campaigned on limited government, then voted to give bureaucrats veto power over your morning commute. This is exactly how the lobbyist capture system works. They get elected on conservative promises, then immediately betray voters for corporate donors.
And I was shocked. It's your usuals, Mike Lawler, Don Bacon, Randy Fine. But I was really surprised to see a name on the list, a recently elected Republican, Brian Jack from Georgia, who campaigned as being a conservative.
Brian Jack ran as a Trump conservative in Georgia, promising to fight the establishment. Then he gets to Washington and immediately votes with big tech lobbyists against his own voters. This pattern repeats constantly. Candidates say whatever it takes to win, then serve their real masters once elected.
In Washington, D.C., a member of Congress can fully fill their campaign coffers with just a few fundraisers in Washington, D.C., where you have the industry giants there, say whether it's the military industrial complex, the base there, those companies, whether it's pharmaceutical companies, big tech companies, you name it.
Here's the key mechanism. DC fundraisers with defense contractors, pharma giants, and tech monopolies can fill a congressman's war chest in one evening. Meanwhile, small donors back home give $20 each. The math is simple. Politicians follow the money, not the votes.
And they can make hundreds of thousands of dollars, up to $1 million like that on just a few of those fundraisers. And so these Republicans that are flying back and forth to Washington, D.C. every week, they're away from their family, they're away from their friends, they're away from the people that elected them, which makes them forget what's important.
This physical separation creates a psychological break from reality. Spending 4 days a week in D.C. cocktail parties with lobbyists versus 1 day back home makes politicians forget who actually elected them. The donor class becomes their real constituency, not the voters.
Tucker, when I introduced an amendment to defund Israel just last year, it hasn't even been a year yet. Only 5 other members of Congress, 5 out of 435, only 5 voted with me to defund American taxpayer dollars going to Israel.
Think about that statistic. Only 6 out of 435 Congress members would vote to stop funding a foreign country. That's not democracy, that's foreign capture. AIPAC spent over $100 million in 2024 primaries alone, systematically removing any politician who questions Israel policy.
If you want to know how many members of Congress on both sides of the aisle are completely beholden to funding Israel, no matter what they do, no matter how much genocide they commit, no matter how many Lebanon Christian villages they destroy, no matter which country they decide to bomb out of their madness and desire for destruction. There's only it was only 5.
This reveals the true uni-party system. Republicans and Democrats fight viciously over abortion and transgender issues, but when it comes to foreign wars and corporate subsidies, they vote in lockstep. The culture war divisions are theater. The real unity is serving special interests.
To become president of the United States, there's deals that have to be made. Otherwise, you aren't allowed to have that power. And you can go president by president throughout time, and especially throughout our lifetimes. And you can look at every single president and look at their career and the decisions that they made. And you can very quickly see that they made their deal to support Israel at all times.
Look at the consistency. Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden, different parties, identical foreign policy. No president has ever seriously challenged the military-industrial complex or cut foreign aid. This suggests the presidency itself is constrained by forces beyond electoral politics. The deep state is real.
However, this term, we've watched him drastically change literally from the first quarter of his presidency to being completely, basically held captive in servitude to whatever Bibi Netanyahu demands of him.
She's describing exactly what we're seeing now with Trump and the Iran situation. Despite campaigning on ending endless wars, he's being pushed toward military action that serves Netanyahu's agenda, not America's. Presidential capture by foreign interests is happening in real time.
I was told, reliably told by one of the most well-known pollsters in Washington, D.C., that Republicans are expecting to lose anywhere between 20 and 40 seats in the House.
Those projected losses might actually be necessary. If Republicans keep betraying their voters on core issues like government surveillance and foreign wars, maybe losing the House would force a reckoning. Sometimes you have to burn down a corrupt party to rebuild it.
Candidates that absolutely refuse to take any money from AIPAC, from the military-industrial complex, big pharma, the big industries and the big donors, the big nasty donors, and the big nasty political consultants that continue the America Last policies that we all are living in and we hate.
This funding model determines everything. Candidates who take AIPAC money vote for Israel. Those funded by defense contractors vote for wars. Pharma-funded politicians block drug price reforms. The donor determines the loyalty. It's that simple. Small dollar campaigns break this cycle completely.
I believe good Americans, through no hate in their heart whatsoever, who have their full faith in God, they can actually take back this country, but you can't be complacent. You can't sit on the sidelines. And you truly, honestly have to have courage to get involved.
She proved citizen engagement works. Her amendment votes exposed exactly which Republicans are captured by foreign lobbies. When regular Americans get involved and demand accountability, they can force transparency. The establishment only wins when good people stay silent and disengaged.